One of the most anticipated games this year, Final Fantasy 16 is within a week of release. There's been much hype surrounding this game, and well, that's expected. It's freaking Final Fantasy, and it's a mainline entry at that. So of course, Square Enix decides to drop a demo for the ones who are not quite sold on the game, and for the fans who want a taste of what to expect. So let's get into it. So when it comes to JRPGs as a whole, I'm a huge fan, don't get me wrong. Games like Final Fantasy 9 and 10 are all-time favorites, retro picks like Chrono Trigger and Super Mario RPG, and even more modern takes from the genre with games like Persona 5 and Xenoblade Chronicles. But now that I'm an adult, time is usually the biggest obstacle when it comes to fully enjoying RPGs today. In terms of Final Fantasy, the last game that I actually completed was Final Fantasy X, and I have yet to even attempt to start Final Fantasy VII Remake or Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition. Again, the time I would want to put into a game like that just conflicts with other life obligations, but one day. Final Fantasy 16, I played the demo and I wanted to share my thoughts. So since this is a first impressions video, I won't bother getting into story details. We will save that for the actual review. Whenever that will be. I was strictly focused on the most important and some say the most controversial aspect of this, the gameplay. So when Final Fantasy 16 was initially revealed, I remember saying to myself, this looks a lot like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta in terms of gameplay, and not really something you would see in a Final Fantasy title, at least not a mainline game. When it comes to JRPGs, I feel you have three types of fans. One, the purist who swears by random encounters, turn-based or ATB style gameplay, and the more traditional sense of progression. Then you have the crowd who dislikes turn-based RPGs and typically prefer games like Kingdom Hearts or other titles that are more fast-paced and allow for more free-flowing battles. And then fans like myself, who are pretty neutral and can find enjoyment out of both styles of gameplay. So depending on the type of fan that you are, Final Fantasy 16 from a gameplay perspective may be perfect, or it just may annoy you. It all depends. Now for me, personally, if you all been following this channel for a while, you know that I love, and I mean love, a good hack and slash game. Games like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, Ninja Gaiden, all those are right up my alley, and Final Fantasy 16 plays extremely similar to those, so let's get into that. Final Fantasy 16 gameplay is fast, and I mean really fast. You have to have really good reaction time and dodging skills to be successful in many of these battles, and I personally found the battles to be extremely fun. I love the Phoenix Dash technique that makes you run down on your foes with the quickness, and also the combo system. Even though your attacks are very basic to start, I'm sure the game will allow you to do all sorts of things once you level up your character. The game also have quick time events called Cinematic Attack and Cinematic Evade. And yeah, they're flashy scenes that adds on to the wow factor of many of the fights in the game. You have fire magic for more long range attacks, but that's just not my style, especially in games like this. I like to get up close and personal, you know? You can always dodge and evade attacks to get a nicer combo on your foes, so that's pretty nice. There's even an epic Panzer Dragoon on-rail shooting section, and that was pretty fun. Now in terms of the presentation, it's Final Fantasy, it's Square Enix, what do you expect? Of course it's going to be top notch. Great music, beautiful environments, great special effects, epic battles, and much more. This game is easily going to be one of the best looking games this year, and I have no doubts about that at all. Overall, Final Fantasy 16 will probably bring in some new fans just based on the gameplay alone. I think there's going to be a lot of first-time Final Fantasy players who will get their hands on this demo and be sold on how well this game plays. In terms of the setting and theme of the game, I'm not that crazy about it myself, but let's see what the game has in store when it finally comes out. Drop a comment down below if you played the Final Fantasy 16 demo and let me know what you think. Will you be buying this game day one, or are you going to wait? Who knows? Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.